everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show where you get to see what I've been working on, what I got done this week, and some of my upcoming projects. So, this week was a busy one. I painted a couple of very big, kind of annoying models for Age of Sigmar, which you'll see in a minute. I got some more guys assembled, and I got some base coats done and some other ones. So, without further ado, let's take a look at what I got done. So here is my finished pile for this week. The stuff on the left, for the most part, I finished for Monday. Wait, Monday? Yeah, Monday. So these 5 models got finished for Monday as I was filming some 1500 point games with Jay from Lords of War Games and Hobbies against his Tzeentch army, Tzeentch Mortals, and Demons. Just Grand Alliance Tzeentch, I'm pretty sure. And so I got my Lord Castellant finished, his trusty Gryph-hound, and a unit of prosecutors with Stormcall javelins. Yeah, if you're painting these, you're probably only going to paint one unit because they're super cool looking and they're great in the game. But they're, oh my god, they're so annoying to paint. Just because I paint them in pieces. Although I thought that was annoying, nothing could really prepare me for how annoying this thing was to paint. He is awesome. This is the Lord Celestant Prime, or the Celestant Prime for the Stormcast Eternals. He's daddy. He's got Galmaraz, which is the Warhammer. He's got a Comet Strike Scepter, which is literally something that calls comets down from the sky. And he's got his huge Ori, which is this swirling galactic goo around him that lets him reroll set any one dice during the turn to any number he wants. So he can just make something get hit by his comets. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that happens. He can just make something take 3 mortal wounds. He can just make himself hit with his hammer. He lives in the sky until you calm down and murders things. And I painted another Gryph-hound too. And this is for actually next Monday. I have a 2,000 point game against the owner of Max Aggression Hobbies here in Niagara. So that's Dan Batty. You've seen him before with his Sylvaneth army. But he's bringing down some beastmen, so I'm pretty excited about that. So he's most of this right here is 400 more points to my 1,500 points I already have painted. And you'll see the last of the reinforcements and some options for my Stormcast. And then I'm going to take a break from Stormcast because I kind of went pretty hard on them. And I do have more unbuilt stuff for them, but I've got 2,000 points with some options painted when I finish what I've got sort of sitting on the paint table right now. And then I'm going to move on to some other stuff. And here's some of my upcoming stuff. So these 2 little battle wizards and this Vexillary, Lord Vexillor, something, Knight Vexillor, the banner guy. They're the last of the Stormcast, so I'm going to paint for a little while. These guys, battle mages, there's no wizards in the Stormcast list at all. So you're just taking them as the Collegiate Arcana, or Collegiate Arcane battle wizards. I don't know how they both be heaven wizards because Chain Lightning's pretty great. And it means that I've got the ability to spell spells, which I just don't have if I just use pure Stormcast, as well as throw out some Mystic Shield, some Arcane Bolt, and generally just be annoying little 100-point whizzes. So they're great. They're a great option just to sort of toss in if you have empty hero slots, and especially if you're going to have a Lord Castellant with his Lantern, because you can double down with Mystic Shield and you get +2 armor save. And then you've got like a wall of 20 Liberators, 2 rolling ones, which is pretty super sweet if you can get it off. And then we've got over here, this guy right here, I call him the Retributor Delivery System. He's got the banner where you can just pick a unit within range and then place it anywhere in the board, not within 3 of the enemy during a turn, and it just charges. So he just delivers Retributors to wherever you want them, which is pretty super sweet again. He's expensive though, like he is not cheap for a kind of not really fighting character, but that once per game ability is pretty hot. And then over here, we've got my 2 last Warjacks for my Harkovich build. I'm going to go 5 Warjacks deep. You saw the other 3 built, I think, last week. I've got them airbrushed right now. I was sitting at home actually waiting for base coats. They're what I'm going to start painting as soon as this stuff's done, so I can get the Jacks from my Harkovich list done. These guys need to be airbrushed still. But it's a Juggy and Decimator from the Star Set, the new Star Set that came with Kozlov. And that's going to give me a Decimator, a Black Ivan, a Destroyer, and 2 Juggies to ride around with Harkovich, which I'm pretty excited about. So there's some of my upcoming stuff. All right, so we have another On the Paint Table for this week. You got to see some more Stormcast stuff. I've really gone hard into Stormcast for 2,000 points. It was a lot more than I thought it was going to be, honestly. You get a lot of, well, I mean, I always start building Warhammer armies from whatever the basic troop choice up is. So I already, like 20 Liberators plus Judicators. I had a lot of infantry in my army, which means there was a lot of painting already. And then, yeah, adding characters was really what I did, I guess. But yeah, the Castellant Prime was Celestin Prime is a lot of work because you got to paint him in pieces. So what I did with him was I painted all of his orrery stuff separately, and then his body was in 3 pieces and his wings were separate and his arms were off. And that way I could airbrush everything individually, and then as I got it sort of near to being able to get stuck together, I got the base put together, then I base coated and washed the body, I got the body put together, and it kind of got painted in stages. And then I got to the point where I was so just like ready to be done with it that I think I painted until like 1 o'clock in the morning to get it finished, because I was just like, I just finished the wings. If I just finish the wings, I'm done. And I never looked at this thing again, and it's finished. It's on my shelf. So he was one of those models. I'm super happy with him now that he's done. But yeah, I'm glad you can only take one in your army, because I've never painted one again, because he was super annoying to paint. And I'm terrified to touch him. I'm gonna pick him up by the base forever, because he's just gonna explode probably if I touch him. So yeah, so once the wizards are done and the banner's done, that gives me some character swaps in and out. I do have 5 unbuilt Decimator, Protector, Retributors, another unit of Judicators I need to paint, because then I can actually make my 1 unit 20 and take 2 Judicator units as my battle line for 2,000 points, and I can do my Battle Wizard Castellan double down 2+ rerolling 1 saves and just line them up across the table and march forward. I just want to try that one time and see how it works, because I think it's gonna be amazing. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that, and then it's on other projects. I'm gonna start, I've got enough 2,000 points of Stormcast that I can play anybody at Age of Sigmar who comes in, and then I'll start my next, I'll probably add a unit here and there when people challenge me, and then start my next 1,000 points for Age of Sigmar, which is gonna be my Sylvaneth, my order stuff, my trees. So yeah, so it is. We'll see you next week for more on the paint tables, and then Ash, how we're getting.